Hello everyone and welcome to this presentation of Dragon Ball Advance Adventure, the speedrun. This is my PB. I'm going to just take this microphone near me because it's going to be better, I guess, this way. This presentation is for Marathon to explain how does the game works, the mechanics, other stuffs about the game, and presenting my runs for submission for Marathon in English, because I'm a French speedrunner. My name is Superplayer, and this PB of mine is the second place on the leaderboard right now, with a time of 40 minutes and 33 seconds. But we're going to go straight forward and launch the game as it starts in easy mode. So there's no difference between categories on the game. There's no hard difficulties, normal difficulties and stuff. So basically you take the easiest one, which is easy for sure, and then you have to just go through the enemies, because the enemies has more HP on higher difficulties, which makes the speedrun faster in lower difficulties, and you take less damage as well, which is pretty nice. So here, what you want to do in this speedrun is that you want to manipulate the foe's apparitions, because sometimes when you just look backward or being at a specific spots, the enemies will spawn depending on your position, but it's kind of very difficult to manipulate them. I still kind of try to feel the manipulation, but it's not really consistent for now. But yeah, still trying to manipulate the apparition of the enemies, and because there is a lot of mandatory fights, you have to go through all the stages. When you see this exclamation mark in the yellow circle, that means that you can go forward until you have defeat the enemies that are required to pass through. So the speedrun of the game looks like I'm just mashing all my buttons, but actually that's a really tricky mashing, because the most optimal strats is actually, as you saw earlier, you have to actually try to dive kick and stuff, because if you stay on top of the enemies and just keep the combo going, the enemies will not be able to respawn or to block your attack. So here, a manipulation is that if you just do some infinite, there's an infinite combo in the game, which is a really simple manipulation, but really difficult to pull off. Is that if you dive kick, use your stick, the Daiboken actually, and then do 3 jabs, so 1, 2, 3, like that. It's really difficult to do it. But if you just do that, you can infinite combo the enemies, and they will not be able to respond or to block the attacks. And what's happening here, you just saw Goku going through Yamcha, from behind him, ahead of him, etc., etc. That's the full combo that you have from the beginning of the game. You can see that there's a key bar we are going to use right now to actually use our Kamehameha. This key bar is actually one of the essential parts of the speedrun of the game, because every damage you will deal to bosses will depend on how many you have, and the strats are going to be really different from one boss to another. Some bosses you're really not going to use them because the Kamehameha is really strong, and in other parts you are going to use the full combo or the Daiboken turnaround animation to kill enemies in the mid stage, because each damage you take and each damage you do will make you regain your key bar. And we just saw a wall jump, which is not supposed to be happening on the game. What just happened actually is that when you try to actually use your Kamehameha, if you press, that's the R button. When you want to use your Kamehameha, it's the R button, so you just press R. But if you do L, that's going to be the Daiboken special attack. So if you do R before and then you do the L button after that, you're going to use the special combo. And that combo, as you can see, just go in front of Goku, and with that, if you do that, you can just infinite wall jumps this way. That's really precise actually to do that, because you have to not mess up the... You have to go to actually to do a wall kick. You have to press the opposite side of the wall you want to go through, and then you have to actually go inside from the wall, not from the wall, but you have to go in the same direction of the wall to actually be able to wall up again and climb up this way. So that's really difficult to do, and that skip actually mandatory fights in the second part, and it makes the speedrun like 15 seconds faster for this part, and the other skip saves like a bunch of 10s to 15 seconds as well, if really well done. But that's only used in here, in that level, in that specific level, because there's parts you have to destroy things and stuff. And here, the second Kamehameha bar will be here. And the second one, Kamehameha, is really powerful because it will be able to deal every enemies in one shot like that. So basically, if you want to kill these blue guards or green guys and stuff, you have to hit them twice to kill them actually, or 3 times depending on the damage you deal, because damage are RNG kind of. As you can see, 42, 38. That's around 40 damage. The blue guys, you need to inflict them like 80 damage, something like that. So if you do 41 and 30 and 37, you're not going to kill them. So that's the reason why you want to actually kill them really quickly. But if you do that dive kick, the dive kick deals more damage. So basically, if you do dive kick, you will be able to kill them really quickly. And here we just saw that the enemy were trying to attack me, or I just reset the combo all the time, and he wasn't able to protect himself. So that's what you want to do in the speedrun of the game, to be really quick in the fight of the bosses. So on the previous bosses, I used the super combo on the big one, because the big one can fly away. So you want to avoid that, because if he's not here, you cannot deal damage. And you want to kind of align them to hit them at the same time. And the second one is just annoying because it's just protecting himself and stuff. So that level, you are going to be trained by Kamesenin. And for that particular reason, on the speedrun of the game, you have to go through the forest and take back the rock it just signed with his name. So that's what you're going to do, and that's the only stage where you have to go from left to right, and then from right to left. And that's pretty nice, because yeah, you know that Krillin is going to steal the rock from Goku, with the fact that he's going to say, "Oh, let me see. I don't think it's the right one." And Goku will say, "Oh, okay. You want to check? Okay, let's check." And then Krillin just flee with the rock. Which is here, as you can see. So, same part here. This level is kind of difficult, because if you die on a hole, on the first section of the game, on the first section when you have to go from left to right, whenever you die, you will restart from the beginning of the stage, which is really annoying. If you die on the really last section, you have to redo all the stage, and it lasts like a minute. Which is pretty hard, actually. But yeah, only thing that can happen is that an enemy will hit you when in midair, and you're going to have a like kind of back hit, and will go down on the hole and can do nothing. So the bridge are the difficultest part on that level. But obviously, if you have the same strategies all the time, you will not be hit. If you try to just dive kick the enemies, you will have the advantage. So that's why I try to do in here. And that fight of Krillin is really difficult because Krillin is a really small enemy and you want to just full combo the guy as fast as you can. So 31 hit was really impressive actually, because it's really difficult to get this fight done really quickly, and it went pretty well actually. It went really pretty well. You don't want to full charge with the Kamehameha at the end, because if you do that you will not be able to recombo the guy, and that's annoying. So here, yeah, the rocks. We just use the Daiboken and do the up B to actually kill the rock faster. Big RNG in here, because if they are close enough each to another one, you will be able to kill them really quickly. So that's really difficult to have a really optimized section of the game in here, because it's really RNG, and the rocks that will fall on top of you if they are coming behind you from the top of you, like yeah, it's really difficult to deal with. Here, that's the tutorial section of the second battle style of the game. You just saw the normal fights in the normal stage, where you have 1-on-1, but there's not that specific kind of versus thing. It's just like a action RPG where you just have to do your thing, beat them up and stuff. And here you are like in Street Fighter. That's typically Street Fighter. You have a defense bar when if it's broken, you're going to be the opponent will be able to do this thing that like you can go upwards, and you see the game is really dynamic on this part. I really do love this kind of fights, and we'll see in the tournament that will appear right now. That will happen right now. That with the Kamehameha, which all the time start at 1 bar, you will be able to just Kamehameha on diagonal, because you'll have to take the hitbox of the Kamehameha will hit more, because it hits a lot actually, and it refills actually the Kamehameha bar, the key bar. So that's really interesting to just do that in diagonal for 2 reasons. The first one is that a diagonal of a rectangle is longer than just a section of it. And the other reason is that you threw your Kamehameha faster, and the enemies take the back lower, so it will fall down faster, basically. So that's 2 reasons why we do that, and we don't wait until we are just aligned with it and Kamehameha straightforward ahead of us. And that's Juki Chun. So that's definitely Kame-Senin. So here, I wasn't sure I were able to get the combo first, so I just did that. I don't know why. It's not faster, actually. That's not a strat. And here, what you see me doing is that I try to frame recover with the down B. You see the small kick in here. I do, because that actually kills the green bar really faster. Like it kills like 80% of the bar right away, and then you just have to press one hit, one punch, and the enemy is going to be on the face, where you can make him go on top of the screen and then just Kamehameha him. That's really hard to say, actually. So here, third bar of the key bar, we are going to have a kind of real Kamehameha right now. That's looking from something, but this Kamehameha makes the game lag a lot. Like, as you can see, the game lags a lot when you do that. So you don't want to actually abuse of it. On this section, it's kind of interesting because there's a lot of enemies. So when there's lots of enemies, you actually want to use the Kamehameha this way. But if there's not too much enemies, just do the second one, which is really faster. You regain the control of Goku really quickly, like this. And yeah, you see that enemy just wanted to die, so you have to go and get him. And here, yeah, the strat is you hit the enemy 4 times and then full Kamehameha, the combo, and 17 hits. That's the thing. And be careful, he can punch you after he's dead. So yeah, I got hit, but there's a lot of a lag at the end of this section. So here, as you can see, Kamehameha is really strong to kill and to deal with these enemies. The small robots actually are the worst RNG enemies in the entire game, because they are really quick and they can throw these small balls, the bullets actually that are bullets. They can throw bullets, and the bullets are really hard to deal with because you don't really know where direction they're going to come from, and they can like just use them really instantly. So that's pretty annoying. And here, yeah, you see the enemy is going to go from one section of the screen to another one. That's really annoying. So here, yeah, we just choose our 3 bars of ki, because there's a full refill of energy and ki bar right here in this small box. And here we are going to use actually the Kamehameha to be to deal with them, because as you can see, wrong way, but yeah, basically it wasn't full charge right here, but you see that's 7 hits that deals tons of damage. And yeah, basically that's... I took a lot of damage, because when you are in Kamehameha you cannot be interrupted, but you still take the damage, so that's really annoying. But at least I don't die. There's like some kind of a full refill. The chicken refills you 1 full bar of energy, and you can have RNG drops as well. And here that's one of the... As you can see, when you take 1 hit from the bullet, you will get hit back and back and back again and again. So that's why the game is really difficult in terms of RNG, because all the enemies can do really silly things. And here you'll see that these enemies are really difficult to deal with. I thought they were on the other side. They are just magician of dodging, actually, which is really annoying. I do really mean it. So here, a full section where you have to deal with the enemies appearing from top left and right down. So on these stairs, these are really difficult to deal with, because you have to kill. I don't remember the exact amount, but it's like 7 or 8 blue enemies and 6 green guys, and you don't have to take the life here, because it will spawn tons of enemies and a monetary fight, which one you don't want to deal with. And here, this guy, you want to deal him with this way. 37 hits. Just use your full free bar, because on the next level you're going to regain all your ki bar. So you don't have to bother about it, because it's kind of difficult to say how does the game works on ki bar, but sometimes you will not regain your ki bar, and some others you will. Here I just took the life here, which is bad because it's reset your momentum, but it's not too bad for time loss. Everything in here is kind of not scripted, but you want to manage the enemies to spawn fast, because they can spawn really slow. So here, small mistakes, it happens. To be focused on a full game for like 40 minutes, where the inputs are crazy as hell. You have tons of actually inputs to do on this game, which makes it really fun to play, because it's kind of short. Actually, it's like only 40 minutes. It's not like it's a full game for like 2 hours of inputs all the time. But yeah, the game makes it that you have small pauses in between the enemies, and here you just see that I'm killing like 4 bats and the 3 green guys, and I can pass through. Everything is calculated to know how many damage I need to deal on enemies, and where I have to get to be optimized in terms of, passing screen, really quickly. You just do pre-shots of a lot of stuff, and yeah. I mean, the game is really you see what's happening. I mean, that's not too much to commentate. But yeah, basically, Kamehameha level 2 on every dog soldier will kill them. For some reason, there are some that has more HP for whatever reason. I don't know. So here I'm just going to just full combo the guy with the Kamehameha for 21 hits, and he's dead. So here I try to manage 2 bar of Kamehameha because I want to have the full bar for the last boss of this stage, which is really annoying if you don't have, because he's kind of strong actually. I think that's one of the, except for Yamcha, one of the hardest boss on 1v1 on this battle style. And yeah, basically, if you don't have your Kamehameha bar, if you don't know that specific combo, it's very difficult to deal with him because you have to dodge his attack. He's like 3 or 4 different kind of attacks. I mean, maybe more patterns he can do, and it's really difficult to deal with. So here you just deal with more bats, just like 5 or 6 bats, and the 2 red robots, and the boss fight here, you will see, will not last too much because it almost kills like half of a bar and done. So it can paralyze you, it can throw 3 types of rocks at your head and stuff, so you don't want to let him to attack you at all, because it's going to be really annoying. And here, our first fight, we are going to lose. Because as you can see, I only have 2 key bar, and you just saw me that retake a damage from the broken red bar. If you constantly press the side of the enemies and you repress it frame perfectly, you can get another hit from the guy. And you want to get that 3-part combo, because if you don't do that, it will left you like maybe 1 hit or 2 hits from the death. And Karin, the RNG part of the game, again, a part where you have to catch Karin 10 times, and I don't know if there's a real RNG manip actually, but I try to keep on the left or right side of the screen and turning backwards from the screen, and then just turn around and try to catch it as fast as possible. It was really nice, but that specific section and minigame could mess up your times a lot. And I hope it will not, if I'm selected for the festival anime marathon. And here, yeah, you have to deal with it. So now we have 2 bars of energy and the 3 key bar. So now we are able to actually throw the Kamehameha 3 on this last section. And yeah, the same. You just block the enemy, try to frame the enemy with the down B kick, and then try to kill it as fast as possible. So here I didn't extend my combo, it less like only a real slow section of his HP, and he has to take 2 hits to die. So that was like, it could have been faster, but for like 5 seconds. But that part was okay. And here, one of the hardest and orangiest part, the red ribbon, the last section of the red ribbon actually, that's the part where Goku is going to finish and kill the organization of the red ribbon. He's going to deal with the last general. I think that's the black guy, the black general. I don't remember his name, or the small one. I don't remember. But yeah, you have to deal with this guy, with this boss, and the big blue robot at the end. And yeah, you want to have a really good RNG. in this level because not the ship, but the plane can spawn really slowly. Sometimes, for some reason, I don't know why. I don't know how to manipulate that. That's if we can do that, that level would be so sweet. Because as you can see, the physics is really strange. Actually, not kind of strange, but if you fly with your Daiboken, you can just fly, go back, and re-go up because you're supposed to have all the time the Quinton, I don't remember his name in Japanese, but the nuage magique in French, which is a pretty nice anime thing from Brigitte Lecordier. If you don't know the acting of Goku, which is a girl and a pretty good actor, yeah. Which everyone loves. So here I just use my L button to actually lose my Kamehameha level 3, because at the end of that level, even if you finish with the 3-bar key, the 3 key bar, you will lose all your key bar at the end of that level. And you see that this level lags a lot, even though I'm not using the Kamehameha level 3. So if I do use it, it will be worse. Again, worse. Like, worse. And usually I finish with my 3 key bar, and on this next section, which I press start twice, I lose everything. And I have the beginning of it, but not everything. So that's really weird how it does work. So these two enemies, needs 3 hits to die for some reason. They are stronger for whatever reason, I don't know. And yeah, basically you want to go through this level as fast as possible. Here you have to kill the two ships. And these green guys as well has kind of more HP for some reason. You can still 2-shot him, but it's more difficult. I mean, because you don't have the Kamehameha level 2 at that level, at that point, you cannot do that. So that's really difficult to deal with these guys. Actually, not too difficult, because you just have to dive kick them and then full combo, and it will be okay. So here I just take the Kamehameha level 2 from that specific bonus, and you charge it. And you can just charge. The first bar is actually already charged, so you have to wait less to actually activate them. And yeah, Kamehameha level 3 won't be able to deal with these guys. You have to hit once before doing the Kamehameha level 3. But that's pretty nice to know that, yeah, you just have to hit them once, and we'll see later. Oh, one of the interested skip in here. You can see that this is not meant to be done like this. I use a specific strat where I delay as much as possible my dive kick. So here, 1 hit, and the Kamehameha level 3. But that skips a mandatory fight where there is a lot of and tons of enemies. It lost like 20 seconds to mess it up. And if you die, actually it's faster. It's kind of even if you miss, you just retry it, and it's the same as doing it for the first time, because the fight is like 20 seconds, something like that. So a Kamehameha level 3 in here twice, and here you just finish the last one on the right to pass this level. This section is really difficult. There's a ton of enemies that can throw bullets at you. As you can see, you not be able to dodge everything. Kamehameha level 2 here. Well, you have to deal with all these enemies. And yeah, the final hits in here. So that section is really difficult because because of the outrageous amount of enemies. Here we just keep a fight. It's really difficult to get through the enemies without have to bother about them. So here, that fight is really difficult to optimize because you want to not see that guy going on the back of the screen, on the background of the screen, because he's just invulnerable, as you can see. And yeah, so that was pretty difficult to actually manipulate the fact that he's going to go on the backstage. But well, if you don't go there, you save time. That's pretty nice. That fight is really difficult. This enemy has a ton of HP, pretty difficult to combo. So, and it can kill you instantly because there, as you can see, there's a small hole, which can be really annoying. Because if you are between the hole and him, and you try to punch him, he can just use his invulnerability frames to just stab you and make you backdash on the hole and just kill you, which is really annoying. More than that, if you are about to kill him. So Gohan, that fight is pretty difficult to optimize. Because Gohan, your grandfather actually, is really strong and he's really fast at recovering. He's jumping a lot. So to be able to two-frame him when he's recovering, you can just dash attack him, like just going to put your, I don't know, this part of the body, but... So here, that fight could be better. You have to just, you can actually reverse these missiles to make him take a lot of damage. That fight is really difficult actually because it's not too bad, but if you just do the up B strat, you can kill him really quickly. If you have good RNG on the missiles he throws at you. So, and the second tournament, that's actually the 22nd tournament actually, of the Budokai Tenkaichi, and you have to confront the worst enemies of the game. Chaos and Krillin are the smallest enemies on the game, so doing the Kamehameha on diagonal is really difficult to optimize on them. It's like kind of frame perfect thing, not exactly, but kind of, it feels like it is. Like you have to be really on the specific spots to hit them, and then the last Kamehameha that broke the Kamehameha instantly, it will not protect you from getting hit. You will lose HP no matter what, even if you has protection. And Krillin has two different patterns. You can do at the beginning of the game, at this fight, dash attack you or jump behind you. So you want to react to this, because if you dash attack, you lose time because it's going to be behind you, and the time you are going to actually turn around is kind of slow. So as you can see, Krillin just recover really quickly, and he's just difficult to deal with. So yeah, and that's done because Krillin, actually, as you can see, Krillin, and his Japanese name, it's not actually really good translation. I'm pretty sure that's not the way they wanted to. And Tenshin or TN, one of the coolest enemy of the first section of the Dragon Ball anime, that has a really strong attack, which is the Kiko-Ho, and he can use it actually on this part. I will not let him because the Kiko deals a ton of damage. I think it's one full bar of your energy, which is a lot. It's actually midlife of your HP at this point. So you don't want to let him and rest, so you just full combo him all the time, doing 18 to 19 hits, which is the best you can do with the Kamehameha level 2. And that fight went pretty well on my PB, so I'm pretty happy. And that's almost the end of the run, because we are going to deal with the enemy that killed Krillin on the anime, which is one of the demons that Piccolo sent to actually get the Dragon Ball back, to get to get young again. And yeah, you want to... This guy is very difficult because it needs to take 2 hits to get stunned. And he can do a specific animation where he goes from right to left and stuff. Which is really annoying. And that fight, you just drop your controller because you need to die to make the lore go faster. Actually, you can kill that guy. So you just so that this Piccolo has 4 full bar of energy, The true last boss has 5. So because he used the Dragon Ball, he's more powerful because he's younger, his strengths are better and stuff, so yeah. And this part is one of the maziest one of the game, because you have to deal with the doors and stuff. There's tons of doors. Here you just see that I cancel my my momentum by doing an up B to get back to the floor faster. If you do it optimally, you just re-jump instantly. Like, you can just re-jump instantly, and there's no buffer on the game, so that's pretty difficult, actually. Oh, and that's the part where you have to deal with Dark Yamcha, because that part you want to be faster, to be stronger, to deal with Piccolo, because you know that Piccolo has a Dragon Ball right now, and because he has a Dragon Ball, it just told you when you were about to just the fight before that, he just told you that that's Dragon Ball, and he just used it to be younger again. So yeah, basically he will have 5 bars. So you want to train to be stronger, and that's part where Goku is going to train himself, and he's going to enter like a special grotto, if I remember correctly, on the anime and the manga. So that part is pretty nice to have that designed on the game. And the Kamehameha level 4, the strongest one, 10 hits. And here you want to align the 2 last enemies, the 2 last robots, to kill them at the same time. Here you take the first door, and let's go for the last fight with it, which is Krillin. And yeah, I missed the full combo, so here you want to deal like some damage, full combo the guy. He'll lose like 1 entire bar of HP when you do that. So you just so that you don't want to lose the full combo on that guy, because if you do lose it, you'll lose like really tons of time. And that part says when you take that specific bonus, you will be able to use the Kamehameha level 4 right now on specific on the fights, and you have 3 bar of HP right now. So you have to deal with that second demon. That fight went okay. I will not say that was perfect, but it went okay. Really difficult to deal with that guy. And that's the last section of the game, where you have to cross the full stage to get to Piccolo. And here I take just this sign to get my Kamehameha level 2 be activated, because these enemies can fly, and until before they get hit, they can fly like infinitely, kind of. They will go backwards sometimes, but if you have the Kamehameha, you can just drop them down, which is what I try to do. And you will have to, not have to, but it's faster to get this, because you can be able to deal with the enemies in this section a little bit faster. As you can see, the game lags a lot, like, for some reason. So yeah, few mandatory fights on that section you have to deal with, and then it's going to be the true last boss of the game. That guy, I don't know why, but still kicks you twice for some reason. Here, Kamehameha level 3. And yeah, I redo it to kill the enemy that is not on screen, so you can't really hit that guy, which is annoying. And here, yeah, I was thinking that I got the Kamehameha level 3 and dropped it early. So yeah, I just used the invulnerability here to kill the guy. And here, that's the really last section of the game. The last mandatory fight, where you are going to use our die button to be faster, actually. because Kamehameha lags a lot in this section. Lots of enemies and stuff, so just the last Kamehameha I'm gonna use. And here I try to align every dinosaur to hit them. And I'm just going to full combo the last one and go through. And the Piccolo fight. And this one is the easiest one actually, because Piccolo is the largest and the biggest enemies of the game. So here I just do a full combo to get the Kamehameha level 3 faster, because Kamehameha level 3 will still do more damage. And we have it. So now we're going to do full Kamehameha until we kill the guy. And that's it. That was Dragon Ball Advance Adventure. The time will be when we see the KO on the last boss in here. So on the last hit we deal. And yeah, maybe I'll show you the special ability that Goku has, which he's doing for killing the guy on the game actually. If you press L and R on this section, when you have the full bar of your key, you can just do a reverse Kamehameha and use your head to actually kill Piccolo in time. And that's a 40-33, which is second place for like 11 seconds. World record is actually 40 minutes and 22 seconds. The estimate should be around 45 minutes. There is an incentive I can make if you are willing to see it. It's the boss rushes. Bosses on Parade, or there's lots of mini games that I can show, which will have like 10 minutes more. So yeah, basically that's the run of Dragon Ball Advance Adventure. If you want to see this run, don't hesitate to vote for it, of course. But yeah, you can see that attack, Kamehameha, and just punches. So that's the special attack. You can see on this section, if you do L and R on these specific faces, there's a full... the full game is really difficult actually, because you have to... There's tons of stuff in the game for a GBA game. There's collectibles you have to collect, portraits. There's so many things to get the 100% of the game. It's around 2 hours and a half, something around that. I never done it for now, but I will for sure do a 100% run of this game. There's no actual categories on the game for on the leaderboard, but I know that some people has done it. But yeah, if you have any question about the game, a small reminder that it's not going to be the quality you'll have. I have a really poor connection, so yeah, the quality of the stream of this recording is not too high, because I want to have like 3 hours, not 3 hours, 3 days of uploading the video. But yeah, basically, I will have a real good connection if I'm selected for this marathon. I'm gonna have to actually move 3 hours from my house just for speedrunning for your event, for the festival anime marathon. But for other marathon, I will do the same actually. So if you have any question, feel free to ask. My DMs are open, and I hope you enjoyed the game, which is an insane and I think one of the best GBA games and Dragon Ball games. See ya!